Hello and welcome to the Calmcast, a time to feel calm and think clearly. I'm Claire Downham, the Queen of Calm, a transformational life coach. I was a burnt out head teacher who finally made the journey to calm after years of trying, and I want to prevent you from having to do the same. The Calmcast is a series of short explorations, gently guiding you back to your natural state, which is calm and clarity. Just listen like you would listen to music, with an open mind and curiosity. There's nothing else to do. Now let's relax into today's episode. So today I'm talking about how underlying fear creates stress. And I am going to start with a little story of something that happened to me last week. So I've been on a course with Michael Neal. I'm in week 2 of it now, and it's called The Secrets to Effortless Success. And I couldn't make the call on Thursday because I was doing some volunteer coaching that I do. So I had to listen to the recording. I listened to the recording on Friday night, and I don't even know what was said. But something, the first week was about effortless being. So there's maybe something in that somewhere along the line. But I realized that there was something I'd been avoiding for a long time, actually. And I don't know why. There's a lot of emotion around this still. I can feel it welling up now. It's really strange. But I go for a walk most days. I walk 3 or 4 miles every day, just around my local area. We've got some nice woods and places to walk around here. And I always did have, past tense now, a podcast or an audiobook playing when I was walking. So that was fine, that it was a good use of my time, I thought. There's something there about the old busyness of Claire that has existed for a long time, that there is some worth in me being busy. Which is maybe why it feels a bit emotional, because being busy, of course, led me to burnout. And I still think I have a bit of a busyness thinking going on. So that's maybe why it's a bit emotional, but emotion has to come out. And here it goes, live. I'm being recorded. So on Friday morning, after I'd listened to this piece of this recording of Michael Neal's call, I thought to myself, there's been a little voice inside me for ages saying, go for the walk in silence. And then almost habitually, I've just kept putting my headphones in and going for my walk. and talking myself into it, almost definitely, with kind of, well, you've got things to listen to and you've bought some audiobooks, you need to listen to them, and blah, you're paying £8.99 now a month for Audible, you're not paying £8.99 to not listen to books, and blah, blah, blah. When else are you going to find the time to listen to this content, etc., etc.? So on Friday morning, I thought, there's something here, there's something underlying this, there's some fear of being with my own thoughts. I don't even know that's maybe not the fear. I don't know what the fear is. The fear of not being busy, the fear of, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, because my body was telling me, my behavior was telling me, first of all, that there was a fear there, because there was a voice in me saying, go for a walk in silence. And it was a very persistent voice. It kept going, Claire, go over and over and over again. And I just kept ignoring it and carrying on wearing my headphones and going for a walk with noise in my ears. So on Friday morning, when I decided to really I was like, how when you've got a little kid, you give them a comforter of some description. So it was a bit like that. I kind of went with a comforter. So I had my headphones with me, But they were in my rucksack, where I also have my Remarkable, because I did think I might stop off at a cafe on the way back and do a bit of writing, like I sometimes do. But my headphones went in my bum bag, so my bum bag had my phone in, because I usually track my walk in some way, shape, or form. But I felt, as I set off on the walk, as I was getting ready to go on the walk without my headphones in my ears, I felt fear. That was the only time it felt so visceral. It felt in my body. I felt afraid of going for a walk without my headphones on. Now it sounds, when I say it out loud, I felt afraid of going for a walk without my headphones on. It sounds ridiculous. And I can laugh at it but it's seeing that we've all got a little thing. Your little thing might be not picking up your phone and doing a live video that you keep promising yourself would help your business will grow, or any kind of video maybe, which is where I would have been like 3 years ago, little less than 3 years ago. I would have not come on a live video and done this in a million years. You would have had to drag me kicking and screaming. Now, those things are a bit more obvious, I think, but maybe they're not. But I did a little video earlier today, and which I post on social media, and I said, if there's something that a little voice inside you, like here, keeps saying, do that thing, and you're not doing it, then there is some fear. That's what's going on. There is some fear there. There is some thought that you have learnt along the way that says, don't do that. But it doesn't mean, A, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it, and B, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Excuse me. It doesn't mean either of those things. It just means that somewhere along the line you learnt some thinking that says, don't do that. And that can feel like fear. It might not feel super scary like when you're watching a horror movie or something. It won't have that level to it, but it'll just feel like, like like when a dog is on one of those retractable leads, and you watch them sometimes, they run off and then they reach the end of the lead and they kind of go like that. It's a bit like that. You'll feel like you can go so far in life, but then you're being stopped. Where you're stopping is like the line of your thinking. Now, what happened to me on Friday, once I set off and discovered this, well, I can't think my system settled very quickly, because clearly I'm not going to die. I'm probably less likely to die from not having my headphones in, because I can hear the traffic and stuff. When my system realised I was fine, and I settled into walking in the peace and quiet, it was wonderful, and all sorts of things that will be excitingly revealed in the next few weeks just slotted into place. My head was like a little fast game of Tetris, where all these little pieces of things that I've been putting off or haven't quite been able to get clear on all fell into place. And that was what the little voice of intuition was saying to me. That little voice was saying, you need this space to allow your head to kind of sort some things out, for that wisdom, that intuition to come through. The thing to see about this is that your thinking, which produces the fearful feeling, doesn't know what you are capable of. And there's a good chance that some of that is creating stress in your life, because if you are not doing things that might help you or move you forward or whatever, that can feel stressful, can't it? If you get to the end of the day and you're a bit like, oh, I've not done the thing again, I've not progressed, I've not moved forward, it feels horrible, doesn't it? Nobody wants to feel that way. Now, that's still your thinking about that situation, but it's nicer to have done the thing, isn't it? And what I've seen around this kind of underlying fear is that it really can, as if you're a business owner, if you've got a side hustle or whatever it is, it really can hold you back from creating something that you would really love to do. So what's to do about it? Well, what's to do is to do, really. It's a ridiculous sentence. It's to do the thing in whatever small way you can step forward. Because, like, I went for a walk in silence on Friday and Saturday, and yesterday on Sunday I walked with other people, so it wasn't particularly in silence. I wouldn't put my headphones in when I'm walking with other people anyway. But that's 3 days, 3 times I've been for a walk without my headphones in, and loads of things have kind of become clear. There's, bless our system, bless our thinking. It really is there to keep us safe, it thinks, but it's not. It's holding us back. And it does create stress when we keep holding ourselves back and we feel that frustration with ourselves. So, but what happens when we do the thing is that very quickly we feel okay about it. I was looking at something this morning about leaders who are introverted leaders, and how they may have some thinking which they've learned. They're not naturally introverted. They've learned some things about themselves and about putting themselves out there, and actually they just have to do it. But the ease of doing it comes when you realize that that feeling is not about the thing you're about to do. The fearful feeling is letting you know you've got fearful, old, tatty, habitual, conditioned thinking that's got nothing to do with what's right in front of you now. Because just telling somebody to do the thing who is terrified and feeling that fear is not going to work. I'm not telling you just to force yourself. But when you see, through having lovely conversations with me, of course, that the feeling is just letting you know what's turning over in here, then the doing becomes easier and easier. You just have to see it. We can't always see our sneaky little bits of fear. But as I said at the beginning, if you are not doing something that there is a space inside your heart is saying do it, that's the clue. That's letting you know there's some sticky thinking there that's holding you back. So do something today. Do something today and feel that feeling, and know that feeling is just letting you know, I've got some rubbishy thinking about this. It's not real. Lots of love. Enjoy playing. Thank you so much for listening. There's nothing to do now but bring some awareness to how this is working out in your life. Listen regularly to experience longer and longer periods of calm. This has been the Calmcast with Claire Downham, Queen of Calm. Take care and keep listening.